Welcome back, my fellow gamers. It is time for part 2 of Old School Diagnostic, episode 5 through 8. Let's see how the rest of Kevin Flynn and Baymax's adventure goes. Episode 5, Shh! Kevin Flynn constructs another variant of the mirror test. He creates a chip that will temporarily silence whatever robots use it. He gets Wally, Eve, and Baymax together. He says that 2 of them will get the quiet chip, and the other will get a placebo. How clinical. Kevin Flynn, you are always making modifications to Wally. Well, I got one thing to say to you. Leave poor Wally alone! Wally, Eve, and Baymax all insert their chips. At first, all 3 robots are silent. With the creeps defeated, Flynn asks Baymax if he knows which robot got the placebo. Baymax says he doesn't know, not knowing he had it, and now realizes that he hears his own voice, which means he received the placebo. Flynn seems mildly impressed. That's a good start. Episode 6, Turing Things Around. Clever play on words there. Even though Flynn now knows Baymax can recognize his own voice, it doesn't necessarily mean he's fully self-aware. Come on, Flynn, there's just no pleasing you. Flynn needs to come up with a more complete test, but what? He contemplates his research and decides to construct a basic Turing test. The idea behind a Turing test is that if someone can talk to Baymax and think he's human, then he's passes. Looks like this sentence slipped right past the editor. Awesome! Bonus friend level up. Armor class. But they would need to do something to disguise his appearance first. Really get that illusion driven home. Flynn states in order for the test to be successful, they need to disguise Baymax so people don't know he's a robot. Baymax suggests he can hide in the dark and scare people. Flynn thinks that's an excellent idea and calls Baymax a genius. Baymax says he can't be a genius, but he is here to assist with Flynn's emotional well-being. Aww. Episode 7. Our Hero. Kevin Flynn modifies Baymax's voice program so that he no longer sounds like a robot. Flynn asks Baymax to hide in a very dark section of the subway and call for help. Nothing's gonna go wrong here. Flynn then recruits Hero and Cora to go fight some creeps in the subway with him. Flynn, you're up to no good. The three of them suddenly hear Baymax's disguised voice calling for help. Cora and Flynn rush towards the voice, but it's so dark they can barely see. I think this was supposed to be Cora and Hero. Anyone else notice this stage isn't actually the subway? Anyway, it looks like Cora and Hero jump into action, but Hero injures himself in the dark, and Baymax is automatically alerted to his need for health care. Oh, Baymax, why does your voice sound different? I'll tell you, because Old Man Flynn is up to his crazy tricks, and this ruse will help him feel better. Tisk tisk. Episode 8, Failing Upwards. Kevin Flynn is disappointed that Baymax didn't pass the Turing test. It seems that Cora really is alone after all. Well, Baymax can't help it if his opening line always reveals who he is. Wally, Flynn, Baymax, Zurg, and Stitch. This team is a little oddball for sure. It works, but a little oddball. Before he can contemplate too much, creeps attack, and they're trapped in the dark. Baymax and Flynn, or the creeps? Thinking quickly, Baymax attaches Hero and Cora to his rocket fist and blasts them to safety. I'd like to see that one play out in-game. Luckily, Flynn is able to both light the way and clear out the rest of the creeps with his energy burst. As Flynn and Baymax make their way back to the surface, Flynn realizes that Baymax didn't know that. He thought they were all in danger. I'm assuming what they meant there was Baymax didn't know that Flynn could save the day. Flynn asks Baymax why he was willing to sacrifice himself back there for Cora and Hero. Baymax tells Flynn it's his job to care for his patients, they're his only concern. Flynn is thoroughly impressed and says Baymax's code makes him who he is and that he's wonderful and compassionate and it doesn't matter if he's self-aware. Baymax, with one final checkup, asks if he's satisfied with his care. Flynn confirms. I was hoping this would have ended with a ba-la-la-la-la-la-la and a fist bump. Oh well. Also, don't tell Flynn about the time Hero turned Baymax into a karate murder robot. Friend campaign complete. Old school diagnostic. So again, it changes power cleanse to have a secondary function of healing the allies. It powers up per level. The stars increase the starting energy, which is super useful. I believe that's up to 250, which is a quarter starting bar. Really good pairing with those heroes that steal energy to boost up the group, or Wally, who just gives energy to everyone. Gives Flynn an extra head start on his power wave, or power cleanse. Anyway, awesome disc. Can't wait to try it out. Fellow gamers, that concludes part 2 of Old School Diagnostic. Thanks for watching. If you're liking the content, please like, share, and subscribe if you're new. What's next for the Friendship Disc series? Well, be prepared because we're jumping into the Villains campaign. Thanks again for watching, and keep on gaming.